if somehow we get through the season by signing him and still finishing in the top 4 or winning a trophy or whatever, then you say, cool, we got away with it. Now it just means in the summer, as you mentioned, Harry Kane, Osimhen, Sesko. I want Harry Kane. I don't care what he's won, what he
How are you
hasn't.
going to get him? How are you going to get Kane from Tottenham
He's got
with
a year
Levy
left in
there?
his contract. He's got a year left in his contract.
Easy. Listen, I honestly that I was annoyed about this deal. As in, I wasn't angry. I understand why it's happening. There is Glazonomics at play, and look. First of all, I don't like Man United fans that defend the Glazers by saying our number one target's unavailable. You might have to pay over the odds for them in January. I don't listen. If Man United hadn't hemorrhaged money on failed projects, and if the club hadn't taken 1.1 billion out of our club in the past decade on loan payments and dividends, you could walk into Tottenham right now and go, "There's 120 million. Give us Kane." You could walk into any club in the world and buy. There's no such thing in football as not for sale. There is not for sale at that price. You can buy anyone at any point, at any moment, if you have enough money. Man United don't need sugar daddies pumping money into us. We are self-sufficient. We just hemorrhage and waste so much. So I don't buy into. For me, I'm not one-dimensional in my view. We haven't got the money to get Xisco or Kane or Osimhen now. We have to settle Terry. It's not our fault. Well, it is our fault we don't have the money. Bad management of the club for 17 years. But Harry Kane in the summer legitimately gets my juices flowing, because I truly believe if Man United signed Harry Kane today, we would win the league. With how well we're playing and the level of this football player and the quality he would suddenly have around him, we would win the league, because he would win us 12, 13, 14 points by himself. He's that good a striker. He's done it for Tottenham every single season for the past 7 or 8 years. World-class strikers and goal scorers win you that amount of points. We've got one of the best DMs in the world. We've got Rashford in form. You've got Bruno Fernandes there. If you actually look at Man United from the second, after those first 2 defeats, where the manager said, right, now we're playing my way, we've only been 3 points worse off since then than Arsenal. So Man United for almost half the season have been at this level. So for me, if we get someone like Weghorst now, I think he'll help us get top 4, but we're not going to do any better than that, in my opinion. But as long as we're not settling for a player like this in the long term, I can live with it. I can legitimately live with it. And people can say, clip me. You can't disprove me, because we're not going to sign Harry Kane now. I truly believe Harry Kane will score in the Premier League for Tottenham and easily another 12 to 15 goals this season. You stick 12 to 15
he's on 15 already.
Yeah, you stick that in the Man United team with the way we play football. Man United could conceivably win the league. That's how good he is.
So you're saying that. So this is just sort of like if he was to come, but you don't believe there's any actual realistic notion of
January,
United getting
not in January, but in the summer. This is what's going to happen come the summer. So if Manchester United,
summer.
So if Man United continue to grow under Ten Hag, which I believe they will, plus we will have new owners or huge investment. So the debt will be largely paid off, or there'll be a massive lump sum of cash, but very likely to be full new owners by the summer. Playing better football, Ten Hag here, feel good factor at the club, new owners. Where's Harry Kane and Tottenham going to be? Tottenham may not even be in the top 4. He'll have 1 year left on his deal, and he ain't winning trophies there, in my opinion. Man United suddenly becomes a realistic and attractive place for him to go. There are other clubs that might try and sign him too. So Liverpool may go in for him with their new owners, but they've got Darwin, they've just signed Gakpo. Unlikely. I doubt he'd go Chelsea because of his allegiances to Tottenham. He isn't going Arsenal. Man City have Haaland. He doesn't want to leave the UK. Man United becomes a place where a year ago, there's no way he's joining. We're not on the road to winning anything. But that can change come the summer. Now, for Man United to secure that, we've got to keep growing. We've got to keep getting better. We've got to land these new owners. But there is this thing here where our manager wants, and he's looked at a number of them in the summer and now, he wants an out-and-out number 9. That is what he wants to base his style of football.
But he also wants one. He wants one, and I don't think he would turn down a Haaland if it was available. But he wants one who can also link the play. He spoke about the profile of someone like Anthony Martial. Yes, but Martial don't score enough goals. So you want someone who can hold up the ball, link the play, and score goals. Harry Kane in the world at that. There's no better striker in the world at doing those 3 things: holding up the ball, linking the play, and scoring goals. We might have a better goal scorer out there. You might have a better false 9 out there. Harry Kane does both. And people are talking about, oh, he's 29, he's going to be 30, whatever. Rashford's 25, Garnacho's 18, Sancho's 22. I think Anthony's 22 as well. Like, and we want to throw in a 19-year-old Sesko into that as well. Like, are we trying to win, or are we trying to win in 5 years? Like, yes, those are good players, but you get a 30-year-old striker around that young hub of attackers. I think it's perfect.
Neeks, I'm not gonna lie to you. That scares me. It reminds me of the RVP signing.
Yeah.
You go and sign a player like that. I mean, injuries the season before, you weren't that great. You were in for him before, weren't too sure, didn't really go in for him. You get him now, and then he goes boom, pops off, and then what?
Yeah,
Because-
but can they win the league with Pep in it though? So as long as Pep is still in this league, Harry Kane isn't enough.
Yeah,
I mean, we say that, but obviously we don't know this season. But if Arsenal win this season, or if they were to win, then that's 100% a possibility. And I mean, it means they're definitely strong contenders. And the type of game he plays, he doesn't need to be. They've got Martial and Rashford that can go and make the runs in behind. His game's not really going to change from now for the next 2 or 3 seasons.
Do you know what this, right? I get Harry Kane is labelled as a serial bottler because he's at Tottenham. But that's because Harry Kane has gone through at Tottenham what Wayne Rooney went through with England. It's all on you. You have to be the guy to deliver because nobody else is going to do it. That isn't how Man United operate when we're playing well. There are multiple match winners in this Man United team now. You've got, of course, David De Gea in goal as an example, Varane at the back, and of course, World Cup winning centre back in Lisandro Martinez. You've got Casemiro in this team who is an out and out winner as an example. And when it comes to the attack, I think Harry Kane would thrive being back in a team that's looking to play progressive football. So look, is it a shoe-in? Is it a done deal? No. And we are looking at Benjamin Šeško. We are looking at your favorite player, Osimhen, as well. I think is that how you pronounce it, Osimhen?
No, Osimhen.
Osimhen. Okay, cool. I've heard about 10 different pronunciations. Let's just say Victor to be on the safe side. But like, United are linked to a number of those players. For me, I understand the longevity of a 22, 23, 24-year-old. Equally, if you get Harry Kane for 100 million and get 5 years out of him, 5 years at Man United, he's going to score you 125 goals. And that is going to go a long way to winning you trophies. And with Haaland at City, that's going to be scoring. Arsenal looking like they're just going to keep getting better and better. And listen, don't look beyond the Sakas and the Martinellis becoming more and more prolific in front of goal. And they're probably going to add. I still think Arsenal might add another goal scorer at some point to work around Gabriel Jesus, who isn't prolific. Don't look beyond that. But yeah, look, I'm not excited about this deal massively. But I'm more excited about what we're trying to create and do. And I think a proper number again, we know how Ten Hag plays. Look what he did with Sebastian Haller. That's what I'm hoping for, by the way. I'm hoping Weghorst does a Sebastian Haller, comes into a better team and goes to another level. But yeah, it looks United are going to get this deal done. And I know it's one of those weird ones. I'm seeing some fans try and twist it into a great piece of business. And I'm somewhere in the middle. I think
but you know the whole thing about this stuff though is that the real quick is that things have changed now. You see, back in the 90s, 2000s, a striker's currency was goals. If you didn't score, you pretty much failed. In 2023, that's different now. So if Weghorst comes, it's not about, did he get 15 goals while he was here? No. Did he provide for Rashford? Did he provide for Garnacho? Did he provide for Bruno? So right now, Giroud didn't score a single goal in 2018, but he was crucial in providing a basis for Griezmann, Mbappe, and so forth. So for Weghorst, it's not really about judging him by how many goals he scores. It's does he make other guys better? Because that's why I always say that I'm not a fan of the false nine. Because I'm old school. Have a striker there. If he scores, cool. But you need that presence there to occupy defenders and to be a decoy to allow these other attacking players to now pretty much come in and say, what's up now? So that's pretty much the issue. And it's almost like it's sort of the problem that Liverpool are sort of running into now, because Darwin he's not scoring enough goals, and also he's not really playing as that old school striker. And Firmino
back to goal,
was the kind of guy who was like, okay, it's not about the goals, but Firmino can drop in, pop into the pocket, So either you have a striker who gets the goals or is able to facilitate the guys around them.
Harry Kane, and that's why Harry Kane is different from those guys, because he is, as a football player, for me, only Benzema chats to him as a number 9. As a technical footballer on the ball, Harry Kane is elite. He's a brilliant.
Over Lewandowski?
Oh, Lewandowski as well. Yeah, sorry, Lewandowski
No,
as
but
well.
Lewandowski can't pass like Harry Kane. He can't.
No, he hasn't got the passing range. Technically on the ball, he's good, but Harry Kane can do both. And interestingly, I said 100 million for him. I was just throwing that number out top of my head. His current market value is 80 million pounds. When he has 1 year remaining on his contract, that's going to drop it. I reckon you could get him 50 million pounds, and I was
thinking 70 personally.
Yeah, but anything up to about 70 to 80, I'm actually comfortable with because he'll pay that back with his goals. Harry Kane, if he scores for Tottenham and Antonio Conte, he's scoring for Man United. He's gonna do it, and yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what we do moving forward. But this is the madness and speed of football because 6 months ago, I couldn't imagine a player like him even being linked to us. You fast forward and suddenly there's genuine hope and options. And as JJ said, it is a scary thought for rivals to think about United getting a player like that again. And I did say someone did actually comment the other day about United just can't expect to attract top talent anymore. When was the last time we attracted like a genuine top class player? I didn't even respond because I just thought, how are you ignoring Casemiro? Like it doesn't even make sense. Like it happened in the summer when we were crap. So yeah, it's going to be an intriguing one indeed.